As a parent, I can't imagine anything worse than losing a child. I can't imagine a worse way to lose a child than to have that child be murdered. Could it get worse than that? Yes, it could. What if you were told that your child was sexually assaulted before they were murdered? What if that happened to them when they were just 6 years old? Could it get worse than that? Of course it can. What if they were murdered in your home while you slept peacefully in your bed? What if they were murdered the night after Christmas, killed in the basement after another successful Christmas, where everyone got what they wanted in the dream home your family lived in, the dream home you bought with the money you made after busting your ass for years, launching your own business, merging with two other businesses, becoming president of this new company, positioning it for a massive buyout, making millions along the way? What if your daughter was taken from you just 5 short years removed from the loss of another one of your daughters? You just recovered as much as one can recover from the first loss. You
Mhm.
just rebuilt your life after divorce and death, spectacularly rebuilt it, and then this happens. Could it get worse than that? Yes. Sadly, there is almost always room for at least a little bit of worse. What if you were the one to find her dead body and then you became one of the prime suspects in her murder, and your wife became another, and then your 9-year-old son became the third? What if the court of public opinion decided that one of you, or two of you, or all of you had to have killed your daughter, and then that stigma followed you for the rest of your life? And then your self made fortune faded away, the homes and the boats and more sold to pay for massive legal fees, tabloid
And
after
a
tabloid
joke.
accusing you of murder.
What do you mean?
Everywhere you go,
What
people look at you
Animal
in disgust.
Crossing fan art?
Doesn't get much worse
What?
than that. And this is
What are you talking
exactly
about,
what
Inner
may
Joke?
have happened to John
What?
Bennett
What are you
Ramsey,
talking about? What do you
father
mean?
of the 6-year-old beauty pageant winner, John Benet Ramsey, who was murdered in the
I
Ramsey,
don't
Colorado
see
home in
Animal Crossing
1996,
art.
despite being
I
openly
don't see
exonerated
Animal
by the
Crossing at
district
all.
attorney's office as a suspect
I would
in his
say
daughter's
this is
death
more
years
of a
after first being
Smash
accused.
Brothers
John Benet Ramsey's murder
Doom
still
fan
remains
art.
unsolved, and many still think her father,
Thank
John,
you,
had something
thank
to do
you
with it.
so much. I
Do I
appreciate
think he did
that.
it?
Yes, it
Or
is.
had something to do with it? Did his wife do it? Or his son? I don't know. I really don't. My God, this case is a confusing one. I felt dizzy doing this research. The more you unravel this case, the more complicated it gets. Right when you think you know who did it, a new piece of the puzzle comes along the way and just obliterates all of your former resolve. Curious what conclusions you'll come to today. We take a deep dive into the mysterious murder of John Benet Ramsey, one of the most infamous unsolved murder cases in American history, on another whodunit true crime
Love how you
edition
draw them
of
demons.
Time
I
Suck.
know.
I'm Michael McDonald, and you're listening to Time Suck.
You're listening to Time Suck.
Time now to move on over to today's Colorado-based topic. The mysterious murder, the very mysterious murder of young beauty queen.
Thank you so much for understanding that they're just demons.
Especially this case taken far, far too soon. John Benet Ramsey. The story begins a day after Christmas, 1996, almost 23 years ago.
Thank you for understanding. How have you been? How's your streams been, man? How's everything been, bro? It has been a bit.
9-year-old son Burke Ramsey and their 6-year-old daughter.
It has been a bit, and whether I'm being an asshole or not, I do have to say that I think you're an amazing, person who's keeping it up, man.
John's first wife in Marietta.
How's school been? How's everything been?
You know, down in Georgia.
What are you going in for again? I can't remember. I'm so dumb. I'm a dumb.
The Ramsey family lived in an affluent area of Boulder in a huge 7,240 square foot Tudor-style dream home at 749 15th Street.
Street's been pretty good.
Swank-ass neighborhood.
Good evening. Good. You mean good? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. To you. Good morning. To morning.
Or missing fingernails. Whoa, that's a rough one.
How have you been? You going to work?
Fingernails?
You headed to work even?
You know what? I can't swing by.
Well, being an asshole. Not at all. Thank you. Thank you.
People named Flint and Chad live in a place called Chautauqua. People named Shredder and Gumbo live in missing fingernails. The Ramsey home cost John $500,000, which home-wise is like $1 million or $2 million today. Maybe more than $2 million. Over the next 2 years, Patsy remodeled, decorated to the tune of an additional $700,000. They were doing all right in the money department. The average price of a home in this neighborhood today, according to real estate apps like Trulia and Realtor.com, is somewhere between $2 and $3 million. The former 7-bedroom, 8-bath Ramsey home is valued at just over $3 million right now. Built in the 1920s, exquisitely landscaped, large private backyard, has 3 fireplaces, a master suite that takes up the entire top floor of the 2-story home that also features a large basement level. The house was so nice, the Ramsey family had it listed on the Boulder Christmas tour, as well as on a regular home tour in Boulder. When people visited, and between 1,500 to 2,000 guests would visit each year, Patsy would take him, would meet him at the door with JonBenet and Burke at her side, each of them wearing perfect little matching sweaters, that they had to wear to make Mama happy. In 1996, John had just turned 53. He'd just gotten a 6-figure work bonus days earlier. He was married to a 40-year-old former beauty queen. He was crushing life. Not only did he and his model Stepford wife type family have an amazing home in Boulder, they also had a stunning summer home, Lake Michigan. Damn. In the 2,500 person
don't remember mentioning it, but got accepted to my main pick for college, so that's sweet. See?
Which drains into Lake
See? Everything's coming up in her joke.
In the heart of downtown Charlevoix. Little summer resort.
I don't know what you're going in for, though. You told me something, and I'm just, I'm having a brain fart.
$30,000 at the time. Valued at around $1
You
million
told me something, and my brain's going, I don't know.
Georgia, where they'd lived before moving to Boulder. They drove luxury cars, had a
complimentary science,
separate private planes. They used his pilot license to fly around in.
Composition science.
They would throw, some of which would cost upwards of $30,000. Have actors performing parts. I mean, crushing it, especially for Boulder. Boulder, Colorado still didn't even have 100,000 people in it in 1996. Only has around 110,000 now. The metro area has around 300,000.
Compressive?
Mostly known as the home of Colorado's
Can't be compressive science. That would make no sense.
The Ramseys were kind of a
computer
big deal
science.
Okay. Now you're gonna have less members of the upper class in a place like Boulder than you're gonna have in some place like San Francisco or Manhattan. They were rich, attractive, had 2 well-behaved, beautiful kids. Burke was shy and quiet, little JonBenet.
Oh, so you're going into the Jeff Bezos.
He'd already won America's Royale.
The Bezos land.
Little Miss Colorado, Colorado State All-Star Kid Cover Girl, the Crown of
Zuckerberg, Zuckland.
Watch videos. She seemed to love singing.
The major Zuckland.
Due to charisma. He was a little
going into business for yourself as well.
Stars. Her mom was one of the town's premier socialites.
I mean, your business could easily be awesome, be stupendous, own fast cars, and take care of the people you love. It's a good business.
JonBenet's beauty pageant pictures on the covers of almost every grocery store tabloid there was, week after week, month after month, year after year following her death. I still see her face at the grocery store.
I have seen her face before.
Just a few weeks ago, some tabloid, and it's been over 20 years since her death. Her death fascinated America at a level comparable to Nicole Simpson or Kaylee Anthony. Actually, more. Nicole's probable killer, O.J. Simpson, Kaylee's probable killer, Casey Anthony, done sucks on both of them. They got more media attention than JonBenet murder suspects, John, Patricia, Burke Ramsey, and others. But as a homicide victim, I can't think of literally anyone who has gotten the same level of media exposure as JonBenet Ramsey. Not even Natalie Holloway, who'd infamously disappear almost a decade later in Aruba. Why did her case receive so much coverage? Well, partially because she was a little beauty pageant winner. Let's be honest. America covets its beautiful creatures more than those deemed not as attractive. Beautiful people make the covers of more magazines and tabloids than the ugly people, alive or dead, and they always will. Also, I think, in my lifetime at least, also because her family was wealthy, Americans are endlessly fascinated by opulence. Those who live the lives so many of us will only dream about. No one would give 2 fucks about the Kardashians if they were poor and ugly. I mean, wealth is a big part of the American dream, is it not? When you hear examples of people making it, never tales about them living modestly, barely paying their bills, but being great parents, being heavily involved in their community, doing hands-on charity work. No, tales of people coming from nothing, ending up rich as fuck, and maybe doing some good with that money. Money. We love money. Here in America, I love money. I love the freedom it can give you. I get it. And also part of the fascination surrounding the murder of JonBenet has to do with children's beauty pageants. How could it not? Back in 1996, over a decade before shows like the at best creepy and at worst softcore pedophile porn, Toddlers and Tiaras, and the So Bad I Wondered If It Was a Possible Sign of an Impending Apocalypse, the first time I heard about it, Here Comes Honey Boo Boo, very few people even knew these pageants existed. Seeing a 6-year-old girl decked out in makeup and outfits that would seem, possibly overly sexual if they were worn by a 16-year-old girl captured the public's attention. It became fascinating because it's so, what in the fuck is going on here? Confusing. Why is this happening? Who dresses their kindergartner like that? Why was her mom so into her being a model at such a young age? And I mean, seriously, who does that? Who dresses up their 6-year-old in bright red lipstick, teases out their hair?
Yeah, not sure about that far ahead, but who knows? You never know. You never know. By the way, hope work doesn't suck even, but it probably will. I took a day and I just, I fucking played my video game all fucking day.
Similar ways as I've seen.
I fucking played my video game all fucking day.
I would have a little, what the fuck are you doing, bud? Conversation with that guy. Tell him he's right now,
played for
unless he wants his camera and possibly parts of his perverted
6 to 7 hours.
Oh my heck! Oh my heck! Gets me fired up. But did her parents?
I'm not even. I think I just hit level 3.
We'll look hard in both directions. Basic stats on child murder lean towards the likelihood that JonBenet was killed by someone within her own family, but the brutality of the crime.
I'm gonna say 6. I'm gonna say 5, 6 hours.
It only gets crazier the more you look at it.
Still,
dozens of books, documentaries, theories that range from a
it's also past